and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another month, an edition of the SEL, the StarCraft Evolution League Masters #2, your monthly show match series. And we have a very special edition this month. This is La Despedida, Pat. La Despedida. This is going to be a bit of a farewell show match here, as one of our two players is going to the military. One of our players is going to be stepping away and is going to be stepping away from StarCraft, at least for the near future. We'll see what does occur in the future. In the chat, I mean, now better time than any. What do we want? I want Dark's big, hairy, sweaty arms to hold me so tight while he kisses his GSL trophy like no tomorrow. And I want him to call me my little Zergling. I'm going to scream back, Park Ryung-woo, Park Ryung-woo, as he holds me down and smacks my butt with his big, meaty hands. Beautiful, beautiful. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. As yes, for those that are curious, again, this is going to be one of Dark's final times competing here in StarCraft. If you were here yesterday, you would know that Dark, he did actually, yesterday was Dark. It was going to be his final KSL. It was going to be his final Korean StarCraft League. Alas, he was unable to play. He was unable to play yesterday, and yeah, alas, time is slowly ticking down. We do have confirmation that Dark, he is going to be going to the military sometime in April. So within the next couple of weeks is going to be his time away from us. So to say goodbye and to feature Dark while we can, we're going to be hosting our show match. A show match between Dark and ByuN in StarCraft Evolution. Let's go. Let us go. Just catching up in the chat. Let's go. Hope Dark wins and gets a good run. Praise. Exactly. A little bit biased here just because of the theme of the event, just because of the theme of the show match, that we are going to be, of course, featuring Dark for one of the last times. It would be fitting if he were to, you know, maybe have a good performance regardless of outcome. That's all I'm hoping for, at least. All I'm hoping for. Let's go. When he gets back, he'll be so swole. True. He'd be huge. It's gonna be amazing. Oh my god. He's gonna hold us even tighter. So yeah, we're gonna be featuring, of course, Dark in this StarCraft Evolution show match. ByuN, of course, has been more and more active in this show match, or in this team, in this format as well. It's great to see a little bit more of ByuN. I will still say, coming into this, Dark is favorite. I mean, Dark, I would say he is currently the best player in StarCraft Evolution, at least the best Zerg player, but you can definitely 100% make the argument that he's the best player, period, in this mod, in this version of StarCraft. ByuN is still kind of working his way up. We did feature him a couple of times over the past month in these StarCraft Evolution events, in the StarCraft Evolution League, and ByuN has been improving. He's been playing more. It's been great to see more of ByuN. We actually even recently saw a video, a Shopify video featuring ByuN versus Scarlet in the StarCraft Evolution mod as well. So ByuN, he has been playing a little bit more of this mod. He has been getting more adept at it as well. But coming into this, Dark is going to be the favorite player. We'll see how ByuN will approach this. We'll also see if if Dark commits to Zerg, or if he plays something different, as he has been enjoying playing other races. Okay, let's go. Alright, we're jumping in. We are jumping in. Alright, Vitas are done, and it is, of course, going to be a best of 7. I should have started with that, of course. Going to be a best of 7 show match here. Vitas are done. We have our maps, and we're going to be loading into Sylphid. I'm going to be jumping in. His meaty hands will be meatier. Oh no. Oh no. He's gonna hold us all at the same time. It's gonna be crazy. Let's go. But much love to Dark, much love to Dark, much love to ByuN as well. And it's as I anticipated here. Dark, he's not playing Zerg. Bear this in mind. Dark, he is not playing Zerg. Dark is playing random. If you've been watching StarCraft Evolution, especially the King of the Hill that we featured recently, you would know that Dark, he was playing Terran in that King of the Hill. And here he is playing random and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Sylphid. We have our South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss, I mean the random player, rolling Protoss. It is Dark. And spawning in the top center portion of Sylphid, we have the South Korean Terran player, the SC2 Terran, the red Terran. It is ByuN. And he's concerned he's like, random? Wait, what? Hold on. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is? It is, of course, Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. As a reminder, there's going to be a best of 7, and Dark is committing to random. He is going to be committing here. Let's go. As we are going to be settling in. Now, speaking of random, this map also has a little bit of randomness as well. Welcome to Sylphid. Sylphid is a 3-player spawn map. You can spawn in bottom left, bottom right, and top center. 3 possible spawn locations. So we do see Dark is going to be scouting towards the south side. Going to be scouting towards the south side, checking on bottom right. So he does roll the dice, does roll incorrectly for the time being. Thankfully, ByuN isn't rushing. ByuN is going to be going for a double gas opener. Double gas into a faster factory. Very safe play here by ByuN. I say safe, also an aggressive start as well, as he can be a little bit more assertive going into a reactor Reaper Hellion, getting into a more robust army earlier on. So ByuN is going to be the aggressor initially. Meanwhile, Dark just chilling, gate expand, going to be taking his own natural base. Again, he's playing Brood War Protoss, bear that in mind. For game 1, Dark is going to be playing Brood War. Game 2, losers pick. Loser of the first game will be able to pick and decide whether they commit to the current race or switch to a different race instead. We go. Oh, Gustavo in the chat. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Let's go. Good to see you. Good to see you. Bom dia. Bom dia. As ByuN does move out, is going to find the probe, shut it down. Of course, Dark is aware of the location of ByuN. ByuN is not going for one base all in. Thankfully, is going for a Rax into factory into CC at the natural. So far, a comfortable start here. And again, it's still on ByuN to find where Dark is. Reaper still being active. Reaper checking bottom right. So going to be a bit of a later scout by ByuN as well. But eventually will confirm the location of Dark. Likewise, Dark going to be getting into his own Dragoon production. This is kind of the standard setup here. We do expect to see Dragoons into Reavers. That's kind of the go-to in PvT in the current meta of StarCraft Evolution. Is the go-to. We do often see players kind of try to transition or try to deviate away, going into Charge, going into Storm. True, we have seen that quite a lot from Classic, for example. But for the most part, like, the go-to is still Dragoon Reaver. For a lot of matchups, actually. Is the go-to. ByuN poking in. So far, Dark in position. Will zone. Will zone away for the time being. Once again, positional play is that much more important here for Brood War Protoss, just because you are lacking early game recall, as recall is kind of pinned behind arbiters in a more later form of tech and later game. Likewise, no blink and no warping mechanic either. So map vision, map control, positional play is so much more important here for Brood War Protoss. I mean, in general, the Brood War races are typically more immobile, and they have to make up for that. Do you have to make up for it? All right. Also, for those that are curious, for those that are maybe tuning in for the first time and they're wondering, hold up, is this not a skin? What's going on? Dark, he's playing with Dragoons. Yes, this is StarCraft Evolution. This is a relatively new mod. I say new mod in the grand scheme of things. It's new. There's been a lot of efforts, a lot of work been put into the mod over time. We have been featuring the mod for almost half a year at this point, like 6 months, 7 months. It's been great to be a part of it, and honestly, it's been really refreshing. Not like we're casting StarCraft Evolution non-stop and not SE2, but you know, every now and then we do like to feature the SE Evo mod, whether it's show matches, whether it's King of the Hill, whether it's other tournaments. And again, it's a nice change of pace here from regular SE2 as Reaper Hellion does dive into the mineral line. So far, getting 1, 2, up to 3 probe kills, 4 probes. Oh my god! And you can already see this is getting a bit out of hand. 5 workers going down, a nice trade. At the same time across the map, Dragoons, they try to poke in, but alas, ByuN, he's holding. He does pull the boys. Bunker is denied, but the first bunker is surviving. Is going to survive. We have to go with that mass repair. Of course, Dragoons, they do outrange. They do outrange that initial bunker. Shelling away. Looking to contain. Meanwhile, the Banshee across the map gets another 8 probe kills. 8 in total. Not bad. 8 to 9 workers going down. Dark takes some losses. Back at home, he is, for the most part, in position, though. He's got his observer. Dragoons in position. He's holding. So far, so good. And we spoke about Reavers. There they come. Robo into Bay, into Shuttle, into Reaver production. So we should be getting into Reaver drops. Reavers are similar to Disruptors, but I would say they're kind of like a cross between Disruptors and Immortals. It makes sense that they have to take the role of both units. They do a lot of splash damage, but they're also a little bit more reliable when it comes to their shots. Meanwhile, second Banshee has arrived, and there's only one form of detection here. The second observer just now popping out. That's going to be another 5 worker kills. 6 probes going down. Ay. And so far, Dark having a bit of a harder time here maintaining his economy. Dark, he does deflect. I believe the Banshee does get a full scout. Checking the vision here of ByuN. Yes, he is aware of the Robo. He did scout the Bay as well. He can piece together it is going to be Reaver drops. And from here, ByuN can get into Vikings, anti-air to make sure he can zone and shut that shuttle down. Likewise here at the natural. ByuN being contained. Being contained in. Reavers are building up. Oh, I do feel some latency. Hopefully it's not us. It might be one of the other casters. But, fingers crossed. Yeah, we can see the stuttering here. If it is us, we can always turn on our VPN. As it is getting a little bit intense. Oh, this is me turning on my VPN. But the last time we had our matches here during the Rex March Madness, when we were covering solos matches, we did end up lagging out of BNet. Sometimes our connection to the Korean server is not ideal. So fingers crossed it's not us, but if it is, we'll do our best to fix it. Do our best. Banshee back into the main. This time shield battery's in position. Banshee gonna be turned away. Reaver drop is gonna be coming in. Headed towards the main. Headed towards the main base. Oh! Shot gonna be going off. No reaction! Ooh, delayed reaction here by ByuN. ByuN not quite paying attention. So far, 7 SCV kills. That's a 7, getting up to 8, getting up to... Oh my god. Just safe for now. 8 workers do go down. And ByuN, he commits. He just commits. Bleeds out a lot of workers, but across the map he is going to be moving out. He has how many? 4 tanks, mass marine, handful of marauders. He's pushing in. So far, nice kiting here by Dark, slowing down the push, but alas, it needs more than this. Here come the Reaver. Oh! Here come the Reavers. Oh, the Reaver shot not quite going up. And ByuN rotating over towards that 3rd base. Tanks a little bit too far behind. But the drop does get past, and we spoke about this, like, positional play is so important, and unfortunately, Dark not quite in position. Oh no! The Prism goes down. Shuttle does fall. We get a decent Reaver shot going off. The Scarabs are building up. And so far, Dark, he's keeping up. He's holding on. Massing on more Reavers. Tanks moving in. Getting within range. Oof. Yeah, Dark getting bullied back here. And without Zealots, it's not easy to dive in. I mean, again, more Zealots are amassing. Making 8 Zealots at a time. Double jump into the main. Banshee towards the natural. And main army towards the 3rd. Yeah, tri-pronged attack here. And Dark, he can't quite keep up. I mean, the drop in the main base is getting out of hand. Scarab shot coming up. Oh! Okay, not a bad connection. ByuN moving in. Once again, the Reavers, they are holding their own, but the first Reaver goes down. And ByuN, he stems in. He does stem in. Boys are being pulled. It's not going to be pretty defense here for Dark. He'll lose everything. The workers going down. The Zelts as well. It looks like the third base has been broken. ByuN, he's snowballing out of control. He breaks through that front line. GG gets called, and ByuN will take game number 1. Ooh. GG. ByuN does take a lead in the series. Again, Dark unfortunately not able to get in position, not able to deny that drop into the main base. Likewise, in lead up to that, a lot of workers went down to the initial Banshee harass. A lot of workers did fall. It was a brutal moment there for ByuN. And just in case, and hopefully this is okay, but just in case, we are going to turn on our VPN and see if that does help things out a little bit. We'll see, we'll see. We'll see if our routing to Korea gets a little bit better. As we are going to be getting into our next game. But yeah, so far GG well played. Again, honestly, just really solid harassment there by ByuN early on to be able to pop off not just with the Banshees, but with his drop play as well. Sorry, with his Reaper Hellion harass, able to cripple the economy, and that will eventually lead up, of course, towards that one big push. And Dark, he was not able to stabilize. GG well played. ByuN takes the first game, and now we're going to be jumping into game number 2. As a reminder, it's loser's pick here, so Dark, he has the option. Does he play Brood War? Does he switch back to SE2? What are we going for exactly? Let's find out. Let us find out. And we have confirmation, so Dark, he is confirming to us that he is going to stick with Brood War. Okay. So Dark is sticking with Brood War, and he might be picking his race instead of playing random. I do see that he's maybe picking Terran. Terran has been chosen. As map 2 is going to be on Purity and Industry. Now, Purity and Industry is a very old map in the map pool. It was back in rotation back in 2020 or 2021. It's been a couple of years, but of course it has been adapted, has been changed, and has been morphed into something a little bit different here in StarCraft Evolution. I believe they took care of the rocks. Like, there's a couple of changes here and there, but I wonder what the rationale was. I'll be honest. Like, I wonder why this map was chosen and why it was ported and why it was updated and given a facelift coming into StarCraft Evolution. It's an interesting choice. Not the map in the forefront of my mind to be like. To be updated here for modern StarCraft. So yeah, interesting choice. Interesting to see Purity in Industry once again. It was minor at first, much more added this week. Oh, there was more changes this week. I was noticing tiny stutters. Yeah. Okay, I'll look into this. The difference is removal of the low ground base for both players. Is that removal of the low ground triangular third base? That's pretty huge. Removal debris around the Zelnaga Tower. Remove other debris leading up to the corner high grounds. Where we cleaned up the map, we got rid of all the rocks. Got him out of here. At a bridge between the natural and linear fourth base. Okay. Interesting. We'll get into it. We will get into it here. As we're getting into game number... Oh, it's still random. As we get into game number 2, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Purity and Industry, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the blue Protoss, the Brood War Protoss. More importantly, it is Dark. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the red Terran player from South Korea representing Shopify, rocking SE2 Terran once again. It is ByuN. I like to think that Dark is saying, yo, Terran is broken. ByuN's like, yeah, I agree. It's crazy. Oh my god. Let's go. Oh, Re? Is something amiss? Potentially. No, never mind. Okay. Oh good, oh good. But yeah, we do have no, never mind. I guess we are remaking. Looks like there may have been a bit of an issue there when it came to the map. When it came to the players. All good. So we are remaking. Catching up the chat. Would have been the 5th base. Oh, okay. Low ground 5th base. I was waiting for the spider mines. I'm sure we'll get there. More low ground line of sight blockers in center bottom left hand corner. Additional Zelnaga near the rich mineral expansion. Quality of life improvements. Yeah, that's a lot of changes here to Purity and Industry. It'd be cool to hear. It'd be cool to hear like why it was mapping both players. True. Why it was this map was kind of revitalized for StarCraft Evolution of all maps. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it was just interesting that occurred. And I think I like the idea of maybe going back to some of these older maps. Like obviously right now for StarCraft Evolution, a lot of the brutal maps are being ported over. They're being ported over to SE2, and a lot of those old brutal maps are being used now. I mean, I say just brutal maps in general. But at the same time, like the idea of going back to some older ladder maps as well, and also giving them a bit of a facelift and modernizing them in some way. Yeah, it sounds very interesting. Sounds like a lot of fun, very nostalgic as well in a different way. Yeah, interesting to see Purity Industry once again. You mean like diffusion? True. Like diffusion. Honestly, they get 2 supply lines. They don't. I mean, that was never the case in Brutal either. You you have the same supply. But here we go. We're getting into our second game and spawning probably this time and spawning in the top side. In the top side of Purity Industry, we have our South Korean Protoss player. Once again, we have the brutal Protoss. Oh. There we go. Shout out to Hyper One, giving some explanations. Yes, exactly. Toss again. It is dark. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. We go. Toss again. Three games in a row, by the way. Even the game that we had to remake. He just keeps rolling Protoss. Weighted? Rigged? Maybe. But once again, welcome on all. Purity Industry, again, is an older map of the map pool from many years ago. Some of the big features here, there is an island. There is an island here in the top right-hand corner of the map. We have a massive amount of slow zones in between the bases as well to slow down or to try and deter any kind of committed drop play. So that is set up. Likewise, we have our low ground natural expansions. We do have a ramp coming in towards that third and natural location. We have the center expansion, and likewise we have our center Zelnaga as well. Of course, there were some other changes made when it comes to side blockers, when it comes to getting rid of some of these rocks as well. Some rocks are still around. Meanwhile, I believe the person that has joined us, I think that's the STC, if I'm not mistaken. I think the STC has joined us to cast in Korean. Let's go. Love to see it. And we do see ByuN opening up more aggressively here. Okay, so ranks expand into 3 ranks here. Oh my god. So we have a 3 ranks follow-up, very aggressive. With this, you can go for a stim timing, can set up for mass bio, and we'll see if ByuN can get a read on what's going on and recognize what's coming his way. Now this isn't gonna hit immediately, but we're gonna be building up towards those upgrades before moving out. So it's going to be on Dark to scout, to respond, to react. Ooh, going for a Robo opener this time. Okay, much earlier Robo. And I would imagine this is going to be for an earlier Reaver drop. In Vero, you get up to 600. Oh, there you go. There you go. I see you really into Evo lately. Yeah. I mean, it's been really cool to see the return of the STC. He recently returned to casting. I want to say it was January or maybe more recent than that. I'm just trying to think, but like relatively recently, like the SEC, he came back. I just remember seeing him show up for a StarCraft Evolution, for a StarCraft Evolution League, and I was doing a double take. I was like, what are you doing here? Like you retired years ago, like even pre-Legacy of the Void. But yeah, he came back as a caster and also playing every now and then as well, and it's been really cool to see the return of the STC. Really cool to see. I think every now and then he does cast with top, with ByuN. But great to see his return. And I believe he streams over on YouTube. Does stream over on YouTube and on Chijik. Until then, we did mention the initial Robo opener. Again, Reaver drop is on the way. This can be a little bit tricky just because of all the slow zones. So hopefully Dark, he can bob and weave his way through and actually get damage done and escape. It is a risky maneuver here from Dark. We'll see if we can get away with it. Likewise, behind this, we did speak about the 3-Rax opener into Stim. Stim is halfway done. And Dark, he can commit a little bit, sorry, ByuN can commit a little bit harder with this. Here we go. Wikipedia says he came back for Evo specifically. Would like to see verification of that. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Like, as in, like, that's all I've seen him do. Like, he hasn't been casting regular SE2 or anything like that. Like, he only casts StarCraft Evolution. Oh! As we do see this shuttle making its way in. Dark, he does spot this at a time. Oh! This first Reaver shuttle does go off so far. Nice spread here by ByuN. Does spread, does chip away at that shuttle. Does send him back. Anyway, Sim's in. Oh, he wants it! Ooh, does want the shuttle. Gets a bit of hold damage, but so far does get away. Whew. Darky pulls out, does get away, does get the hell out of there, and does race back home. Now, the problem here, as he does pivot back around, is that he has dealt no economic damage. Like, the mineral lines are safe and sound. He's trading against the buyer, but this is still a relatively cheap army here for ByuN. Another shot going up. So far, getting 6 Marines, and only Marines. And Darky does not make his way in. But now pulls back and gets his 3rd base, gets his 3rd expansion. Behind this, going from Reaver into Charge, into Zealot legs, into his gateway composition. Is building up. Meanwhile, upgrades are done. Now it's time for ByuN to move out. ByuN's going for his own drop. Ooh, through the slow zones. He'll eventually get across the map. He'll get there. Likewise, 2 more Reavers coming in. Ooh. Decent connections. Shaving off a lot of Marines, 13 in total so far. But alas, back at home, he is somewhat in position. Yeah, Dragoons and Zealots. Can zone away. Shield battery coming into play as well. Yeah, it does buy time. And Darky should be okay. Yeah, he does force a bigger. Oh no, the Zealot! No, he's stuck! Just realized. Not like this. Zealot trapped in between the gateways. Remember, there's no warping mechanic. You have to make them like Marines would. So SimCity is that much more important. Feel Zealot, man. You're in timeout. No, we'll save you. We'll save you. I'm sure. We'll come back for you. Likewise, Reavers across the map. Trying to get shots off again, picking off 1 Marine at a time. Really nice spread there from ByuN. Likewise, another drop into the main. To see Dark did leave a Reaver in position. Shots going up. Trying to force friendly fire. Oh! Forcing friendly fire. And so far, Dark, he is holding on. He does defend. This time he's ready for the drop play. He's in position. And while Dark is stuck defending, ByuN takes his own third. Takes his own third expansion. Also, earlier they were discussing about the map that was, the base that was removed on this map. I believe this expansion here, question mark? And if I recall correctly, there used to be rocks here as well, correct? Kind of splitting up the bases. It's coming back to me, it's coming back to me. It's been a while, it's been a while. It's been years. As Liberation has arrived, there is a lot of space here behind the mineral line to deal with this, but still awkward for Dragoons to move in. Like SimCity doesn't help. And we'll do with this. We'll force this back. Oh, by the way, the question mark, if I'm not mistaken, I believe did have to do with that shuttle. Shuttle did fall. My apologies. I was distracted by the Liberators. Myself even. So yeah, shuttle and 2 Reavers did go down. Brutal losses. Shuttle's being rebuilt. Yeah, now being active. And Storm is on the way, but it's not ready yet. How many Reavers do we have? 2. 2 Reavers so far. They're both in the shuttle. ByuN moving out. Yeah, likewise, Dark out of position. Remember, there's no base recall. And with that, ByuN stims in, he stims in. He can take down the expansion, take down the mineral line. Darky tries to respond. As the base is going to go down. So, nice splits. Nice spreads towards the end. Reaver's coming in. Oh, he gets all 14 probes, 16 even. And from here, Darky, ByuN just has to get the hell out of here. Does pull back. Massive Reaver shot's going to be going up. Oof. Yeah, he cannot fight this head on. I mean, regardless, still a better trade. A better trade for ByuN. Takes down most of the Dragoons, takes down the expansion, the mineral line. From here, backs off. And Dark is having a hard time. And once again, we're kind of emphasizing one of the weak points here of Brood War Protoss is just its immobility. Shuttle goes down. Map vision, map awareness is that much more important here for Brood War Protoss. Or even just keeping supply at home to defend. As ByuN pulls back. Let's pull back. Dark trying to commit. Moving out with his Gateway Army, but there's not really much here behind this for Dark. Has to pull away. Yeah, Zelda getting caught out. Oh, here comes the Storm. Oh, Storm. Oh my god. I still love Storm in StarCraft Evolution. It's so good. When it comes to like the effect, but also just how much damage it does. Oh my god. Alas, ByuN, he will avoid the main army, drops into the main base. The main base is exposed, nothing in position, reinforcements on the way. We have the production. Oh, but the bay is exposed, the robo as well. Hey, going for the robo. Oh! Shuttle goes down. At the same time, Dark, he does commit. But there goes waiting for him, there are EMPs. Here comes the Storm. Oh! Storm does zone. Storm does zone away. Meanwhile, ByuN takes down the robo, takes down the bay as well. Pulling Dark apart. Reaver's coming in. Decent connections, but they're going to be focused down as well. Yeah, there's just too much Terran. GG gets called, and ByuN will take game number 2. GG. ByuN, he will take a 2-0 lead. Dark, he has been rolling random here, and every single time he's been stuck with Protoss, he's been a little bit he's been a little bit frustrated about that as well. We'll see if that continues to be the case. We'll see if eventually Dark is forced to pick a race, or if he commits to random and gets stuck with Protoss every time. We'll see, we'll see. Regardless, I appreciate that we had more of a back and forth here. We saw that Dark, he was able to keep up with the early game drops, which was impressive. Likewise, able to harass as well with his own Reavers, but still no economic damage. He was not able to slow down ByuN. ByuN, for the most part, he was able to defend, able to deflect, and ByuN was able to persevere. GG. GG will play. That leads us into game number 2. And we'll see where that leads us. As game 2 is going to be on Holy World. Holy World, one of the newer maps to the map pool, to the StarCraft Evolution map pool. This is a 4-player spawn map with very unique features. I mean, personally, I really enjoy it, but I haven't actually seen a lot of games on it. I've seen like maybe 2-3 games on Holy World. Holy World has one of the more unique features of having a low ground main base, which I can't remember the last time I've actually seen that, if at all, in StarCraft 2. Having a low ground main base and having a high ground natural and a high ground third, like it's just crazy to think about. At least in my mind, I don't know if we've ever had a ladder map quite like that, at least in recent memory. Likewise, there are also, I believe, disruption zones. So disruption zones in the center, which do make these center fights a little bit more dynamic, as those disruption webs can come into play. And of course, the fact that it is a 4-player spawn map. Let's go. Let's go. Rocks were on the ramps and the bridges near the center is Onaga. Yes. Okay. Right, they were near the center of Onaga, outside of the triangular third base, if I recall. Dark noticing we got rid of the outer ring of slow zones, so he doesn't have to take the Giga short path yet. Right, you're referring to the slow zones towards the northern side of the bases. I did notice that there was like a gap there. I think in the past it was like a full surround of slow zones, but to get rid of some for the new version of the map. They get rid of some of the slow zones. Beautiful. Here we go. We are going to be jumping into game number 3. Once again, Dark is rolling random. Once again, is he going to hit Protoss? Let's go. The old zones basically blocks the island completely, so it's like, why is it even there? Yeah. I for sure, I understand. For sure. But here we go. It's time for Holy World. And oh, let's go! He landed on it. Some lobby banter where Dark was complaining ByuN for being really good at SE2, and ByuN admitted he played SE2 for a while. True. Did admit. And here we go, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Holy World. We have the Brood War Zerg player. I should emphasize, he did roll random. The Brood War random player rolling Zerg from South Korea. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the StarCraft 2 player, the StarCraft 2 Terran from South Korea. It is ByuN. And ByuN, he does admit that he has played a little bit of SE2. It's crazy. But here you go. Welcome one and all to Holy World. As I was mentioning, just referencing some of the features of this map, first things first, it is a 4-player spawn map. So you can spawn in bottom right, top left, or bottom left. So 4-player spawn map so far. Is Dark asking to reset the score to 0-0? Is that what's... Let's go. I'm sure Hyper1 will provide some translations. But another big feature, as you mentioned, is the low ground. The low ground main base, you have to go up a ramp into the natural expansion. We have the natural here towards the left-hand side. We have a third pocket base, and we also have a base on the right-hand side as well, which is also a bit of a pocket base, but it is vulnerable to the other side, to the outside world. Yeah. Yeah. I know my Hangul, papia. Annyeong haseyo. Let's go. Heck W. But here we go. But yes, we do have a 4th base, which is also a pocket expansion, but alas, it is vulnerable to the outside world. Likewise, there are some gases here which can be taken, which are a little bit safer. Bear that in mind. There are safer gases, at least in that pocket base. And of course, we have the center of the map. We have the center of the map as well, which we are about to get eyes on, and we'll see and spot those disruption webs. Yeah, there they are. We have those disruption webs throughout the center of that map. They both happen to scout the same location. That's a little bit awkward. Hold on. What's going on here? Reaper does one into Lings. Lings can be forced back. And Dark is now aware of ByuN's location. Is now aware. Rushing into a fast lair, this is not often seen, bearing in mind that Hydra Tech is hatch-based in Brood War, so this is a very early lair timing from Dark. I'm curious what the plan is here. Are we planning to go into Ling Muta? On a 4-player spawn map with cross spawns, Mutas would make sense in my mind at least, but we'll see as Lings they do slip in. They delay the expansion, see SCV is going to be going down. Oh, he's going for the Reapers. Going for the Reapers. But the Hellion has arrived. And ByuN kites back well, and he should deal with this. He should deal with this. Cleans up all the Lings, getting a second SCV. And a full scout as well. And as we assumed, Spire play. Yeah, like rushing into a lair has to be Spire. At least in my mind, that would be the one option. I guess we could use like rush into a lair for like Nidus play, I guess. But even then, Nidus play is very different. I believe to make a Nidus storm, you have to produce it on creep. You can't just like send it out onto the map. So yeah, with that is 2-base Muta. So Mutas are on the way. Dark's still massing up more Lings. Somewhat saturating his bases. And Dark, due to the Overlord, he will get eyes on any kind of move out. As ByuN starts to move out, then Dark can move in. Oh, let's see, we'll lose the Overlord. Never mind. Overlord goes down. Dark ready with those Lings. Does get eyes on the drop. Dark is aware. There may be a new model, by the way. See if you can spot it. A new model? Is it this? Attack. It's like a little shell on top of the thing. Oh no, yeah, of course, the gas, right? I did notice. I did notice we have the new gas geyser. It looks really sick. It looks very, very veiny. But yes, we have new gas geysers, specifically for the Zerg. Let's go, let's go. For whatever reason, it's just very intricately detailed. It's throbbing. Ay, ay, ay. As here we go, ByuN is going for his Hellbat push. Armory is done. Oh, very committed here by ByuN. Stim is still on the way, but Hellbats are ready. They're morphing in. As they morph in, Mutas hit the field. They hit the natural. Turrets on the way, but oh, barely not done in time. And here we go. ByuN is moving in. As being said in the chat, yes, Brood War Zerg do not have... Oh, they kind of have a way to spread creep. They can spread creep with sunken colonies, but otherwise not as necessary. Meanwhile, Lings have to avoid those Hellbats. Muta's trying to engage with the Marines. They hold their own. And Dark is in trouble. Dark is in a lot of trouble here. Banshees, they do hit the main base. Drone's going to be going down. Hellbats are making the way in. Another drop. The Hellbat drop. Oh my god. Brutal connections. And Dark is being torn apart. He's being torn apart here. The Hellbats, they roast up the mineral line. Drone's going to be falling. Every single worker falls. Mutas will clean this up, but at a cost. At a cost of 20 workers. 20 drones going down. Likewise across the map, Lings, they are wreaking havoc at least somewhat. They're getting damage done, and Darky's all in. Darky's all in at this point. What do we have to defend? We have 2 Vikings, 4 Marines. Stim is finishing up in 5 seconds. Now Dark, he can overwhelm these Marines with this army, with those Mutas. Mutas are moving out. Mutas are moving out. Lings are amassing. It's gonna be, oh, it's gonna be 4 Vikings though. Not gonna be easy. Hellion has arrived. Turret's on the way. It's all or nothing for Dark. He commits. He does commit in. Takes down the Marines. And some of the Marines are targeted down. Turret is now done. Ooh, the Mutas, they take a lot of hits. Yeah, they have to back up. Lings, they get into the mineral line. So far, 16 SCVs going down. The Lings, they're popping up. Those Lings, they kill everything. 21 SCVs. Oof. But it's still a brutal trade here, as the important thing is that ByuN is still maintaining himself. He still has mules, still on 16 SCVs, but that was a lot of damage. That was a lot of losses. Now we're joining up. Let's go. Dark, he's making workers. It looks like he may have just done enough here to equalize. Behind this, going to Lings and Scourge. just being as active as possible. Hits the main. Hits the main base. Pulls away. Does pull out. Ooh, as we do take a moment to take a breath. Meanwhile, Dark getting ready once again to move out. As ByuN is building up more Marines, building up more Hellions as well. Ooh, another Muta getting caught. Oh, here come the Scourge. They do need support though. Yo, can he connect? Oh, he can. He gets one. He gets two. Gets two Vikings. Does lose his Muta. We'll shut down some of those Vikings. Lings, they flood in. Once again, they distract the main army. Lings, they get into the mineral line. SCV is going to be going down. Gets another 3-4 SCV kills. Really nice movement here from Dark. I was gonna say, what is that graphic on the production tab? But I think it's a gas geyser. So there's a new graphic on the production tab of the gas geyser as well. Interesting. Taking his third base. Dark, he's recovering. He had a really rough start this game when it came to defending against those Hellbats. But Dark, he's building back up. Of course, we have the neutral center, the neutral CC in the center as well, which I guess can turn into like an infested command center potentially. I know that there was a buff recently. I say recently, like a month ago maybe, to the Queen to infested Terran buildings. Hellions are cleaned up. And Dark is moving out. He is moving out. See, Dark does hit the main. Once again, just building up his Muta count, committing to Ling Muta. This time we have some Scourge here to zone to protect those Mutas from the Vikings. Instead, ByuN going for a counterattack. Does move out. Does move out instead. Yeah, Dark, he reacts, he responds, he races back home. The Vikings are going for the fourth. So far, Dark not taking any losses, losing 2 Overlords. Yeah, Scourge come in, and they're going to shut this down. Yeah, they clean up the Vikings. Nice catch. Viking can't reset. ByuN, he does push through the center. He's got his bio tank. And we'll see if Dark can hold his own. Again, Dark, he is lacking that ground army. He's got 3 Lings. Let's go. Again, he cannot fight these Marines head on, but he might have enough Mutas. He has 16 so far. 16 Mutas. Ideally, he wants to pick off the medevac, the tanks, get past the army. Looking for a way in. Up. Forces a stim. Forces a stim, gets the hell out of there, does pull away. Ugh, Scourge. Yeah, they get caught out. Here comes ByuN. Dark, he has been amassing some Lings, but I'm not so sure it's going to be enough here. Likewise, Thor has arrived to reinforce. Oof. Mutas, they try to fight head on. 20 Lings in production. That is a lot of Lings. Lings are on the way. Dark. Oh. Trading 1-to-1. Lings are getting picked off. They get a tank. And here we go. The Thor has arrived. Massive splash damage. The Lings, it looks like they will be enough though. And Dark, he's barely going to hold on and takes down the Thor. Nice magic boxing. Lings are coming to reinforce just in time, and Dark holds. Whew. Dark, he does hold on. Oh, I spoke too soon. Mill reinforcements have arrived. Without those lings, these music cannot hold their own. They need that support. Oh. They do need that support. So far, Dark. Picking away at the Metamax. Catching reinforcements. Oh. Let's catch reinforcements. And Dark, he should be able to deal with this. The base is under fire, but yeah, there's just not enough Marines here. Not enough fire. Dark will clean this up. We'll still lose another muta. But he will hold. Whew. Dark, he does hold on. Now, what's a little bit scary about what's happening here is that ByuN never expanded. We actually saw this last time we casted ByuN on this map. We casted ByuN versus Skillus. This was a couple of weeks ago on Holy World, where ByuN, he just 2-base all in, and he never took a third. He never took a third expansion. So that is a big concern here, is that ByuN is very committed on 2 bases. So far, he's maintaining himself, and we'll see when and if he expands. I mean, it's not like Dark has the best economy right now either. True. Thor shot going off. Mutas force the army back home, buying more time. Catching Marines. Not bad. Dark, he also checks top right. Here's no expansion. Oh, and ByuN, he does move out. Oh. Pulls back with the Thor. Decent magic boxing, but still coming at a cost. And here comes ByuN. Units not at home to defend. Thor will zone them away. Marines stepping in. That's a lot of Marines. And we'll see if Dark can somehow hold on. He just doesn't quite have enough though. Yeah, drones are being targeted. Dark racing back, and ByuN just rallies. He just rallies everything across the map. 2 bases, massive Marine Thor, let's go! Hatchery goes down. Dark catching reinforcements. Mutas are still very low. Yeah, and Dark, he can't engage. He cannot engage. GG gets called. The Marines, they stim, and they win. ByuN, he will take the fight. ByuN will take a 3-0 lead. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, ByuN does take a lead. He was able to keep those mutas busy and just rally across the map. Unfortunately, Dark out of position to slow down the push to pick away at the ByuN army. And unfortunately was just kept busy by those Thors. Wasn't really finding too much damage either. It looks like Dark was hoping to maybe threaten a third base and maybe, you know, keep ByuN busy. But nah, ByuN didn't care. Moved out. GG. GG, well played. ByuN is now 1 game away from claiming the series, and I was hoping for a back and forth. Personally, I'm hoping for an extended series, you know, just getting the most out of Dark, the most out of ByuN. But ByuN is looking very comfortable coming into this, and ByuN has yet to play Brood War. I do know that ByuN, he is a lot weaker when it comes to the Brood War race, but it's up to Dark. It's up to Dark. And Dark, he is deciding to commit to Brood War, I believe. Oh. We'll see if he does mix it up. Don't have Dark roll Protoss again. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Oh no. Not again, Pappy, not again. They're discussing amongst themselves. Oh, have they agreed? Looks like we might be settling into a TBT. Okay, it's gonna be, it looks like a TBT. Dark, he is deciding not to play random, to play Protoss, sorry, to play Terran instead. Oh, no, hold on. Okay. So it looks like Dark, he has decided that it's his turn. It's his turn to play SE2. So Dark is playing SE2 Zerg, and ByuN is switching to Brood War. Okay. Now we'll see how ByuN compares. Now ByuN, the last time we casted him playing Brood War Terran was, during the last StarCraft Evolution League, and ByuN, he only had 1 build. it was a one base all in. Every time he rolled Brood War Terran, he just did the same one base all in time and time again. That's all he had. We'll see if we see that here as we load into Amygdala. We'll see if ByuN expands and what exactly he goes for. This is how I got eliminated in SEL finals, but hashtag worth it. True. The danger of playing random. The danger. Oh no. Not like this. Also, big shout out to Mark. Thermal. Good to see you, good to see you. Bienvenidos. Bienvenidos. Ga, papi, ga. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Amygdala, we have our South Korean Zerg player, our South Korean Zerg. This time rocking the SC2 race. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Brood War Terran player. Now, rocking Brood War representing Shopify, it is ByuN. And ByuN, he is one game away from claiming this series, from claiming this show match. Let's go. Oh, 2009. Ah. That's where he last played Brood War. I'm assuming that's what he's saying. Haven't played Brood War since I was a child. Crazy. Oh my god. But yeah, Dark and ByuN, they're both good friends. And I appreciate the amount of banter that they've had so far throughout the series. Most of it is in Korean, unfortunately, but you know, every now and then Hyper1, he's kind enough to translate. Shout out to Hyper1. As so far, we are going to be opening up a gas. Jesus. I was going to say gases. That is hatch gas into spawning pool. Very green. Yo, Dark, he's had enough. This is going 3 hatch before gas before pool, or into gas then into pool. Crazy greed here out of Dark. He's ready. He's ready to play some StarCraft. He's like, okay. Now it's time to get serious, papi. Ay. Let's go. So this is the greediest build, by the way. The greediest build you can go for outside of like maybe even going outside of going like even gasless here and going for like a 4th hatchery or something crazy like that. But more or less one of the greediest builds you can go for from the side of Dark. Meanwhile, ByuN across the map opening up 3 racks. Now, I mentioned before that ByuN, he is typically hyper aggressive, and we've seen a lot of 1 base all-ins out of ByuN, or even 2 base all-ins out of ByuN in this whenever he plays Brood or Terran. So I'm a little bit concerned here. We're opening up 3 racks, most likely into Academy, into Stim. We'll see if ByuN is going to be active. If not, Dark, he will get away with all of this. Looks like, lol, why are you making a bunker? What are you think I have units? You think I have anything to attack you? ByuN. Ay. Oh no! As we are gonna be losing one. Our translator. No! Hyper1. Oh, okay. Okay, he's back. We're okay. Hyper1. As the Academy has been thrown down, working towards Stim. Now we found out who was lagging. we know who it was. It was Hyper1. Ay. Here we go. ByuN is building up his bio, getting into Stim. Dark for the time being, happily joining up. He has yet to make a single ling, by the way. 0 lings here for Dark. Just pure drones. Inject. A tumor here or there. Just 1 tumor. Pure injects here. And ByuN's gonna be pushing. Now, this is a scary thing about the 3 racks in this matchup is, as you can imagine, in SE2, 3 racks hit a little bit different because if you want any kind of support for your Marines, you have to wait for medevacs. You have to wait for the factory into Starport, into medevac production. Here instead, all you need, no add-ons, you just need the Academy. The Academy does allow for medics and for fire bats. And here we go. ByuN is pushing out with that 3 racks. He has medics, he has fire bats, he has his bio, of course. Stim is going to finish up by the time the army gets across the map. Now, Dark, he does spot the move out with the Overlord. He does know what's going on. And back at home, Baneliness is on the way. He's massing up lings. He knows that it's coming. Does he have enough time to respond? Now, the rush distance by ground on Amygdala is very long, and you can see Darky confirms the push with the second Overlord, but it is a very large map, very long rush distance, so Darky is given plenty of time to respond, and looks like Darky should be okay. Should be. I could be underestimating the power here of the Fire Bat. Yeah, Lings, they collapse in. Oh my god. Not quite. Lings, they threaten to dive. They threaten to dive, they get a full surround, they lock down the army. Yeah, Firebat gets shut down, and ByuN, he will lose everything here. And Darky cleans up the fire, the Firebats, the medics as well. And I mean that might be it, because now we can Bane Bust. The problem here is with the Bane Nest, now it's time for the counterattack, now it's time for the Bane Bust. ByuN back at home, he's in trouble. He will take down and scan the Overlord, but here come the Banelings. It's gonna be 16 Banelings on the way. ByuN, he is in trouble. He doesn't see this coming. He has no tank support, no tanks, no spider mines, no nothing, just pure marine. And I don't see him holding this. I will be honest. And we'll see if he can. Banelings crashing on forward. Yeah, they shut down the bunker. They shut down the medics, head towards the mineral lines. SCV's gonna be going down. Ah, there's the question mark. It's like, hey, what's going on, Papi? Let me play some StarCraft as Banelings, they crash into the mineral line. SCV's gonna be going down. And with that, Dark, he will fight back in this series. As he takes on every single SCV here at the natural, GG gets called, and Dark, he fights back, he puts a point on the board. Whew. GG. Does put a point on the board. Yo, Hyper One leaves the game, and Dark wins? Coincidence? Maybe. Este Hyper One. GG, well played. Dark, he does fight back, does put a point on the board, and we'll see if Dark can recover and make a series out of this. So far, does put a point, and can we pull off the reverse sweep? Can we bring it all the way back? It comes down to ByuN, because it's up to ByuN to pick his race. Is he going to play SE2 or Brood War? We shall see. We shall see. It's catching up. Emil out. Oh, este Emil. Oh no. Medics haven't got a lot of healing. Medevac's got nothing. True, true. I mean, medics, they're very like tanky as well, and they don't take priority when it comes to these big fights. So they have their place. They can be quite strong. But it's all good. We're getting into our next map, and it's up to ByuN to confirm where are we dropping. Where are we dropping? What are we opening up with? Let's go. Needs lurker attack like yesterday. Aha. Not wrong, not wrong. But it looks like ByuN, he might be deciding to stick with Brood War. Okay. So it looks like Brood War turn versus SE2 Zerg once again. Aha, we're committed. Let's go. We're getting into our next game. It's going to be on Vermeer. A map that I'm very unfamiliar with, actually. It's another one of these newer ported maps from Brood War. Another one of these maps that we haven't really seen too often in many tournaments yet. So I'm not as familiar. We'll see. As I believe it's another 4-player spawn map. The 4-player spawn map. Just making sure we have everyone involved. Have everyone in. Hello from Ukraine. Hello, hello, Abiba. Good to see you. Good to see you. As we are loading in, I think I'm going to be casting this map for the second time, if that. It's, yeah, hasn't been too frequent so far on the CranKy Ducklings, but I'm ready for it. Let's go. And we'll see if we're anywhere near as greedy this time as we were previously. Let's jump into game number 5. Oh. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Vermeer, we have our StarCraft 2 Zerg player, our SE2 Zerg from South Korea. Oh, it is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the Brood War Terran player for Shopify. It is ByuN. And welcome one and all to Vermeer. Even again, this is another 4-player spawn map. We can spawn in bottom left, bottom right, top right, or top left. 4-player spawn locations here, anywhere is possible, and likewise a very large map as well. Some of the big features here are these ramps. This I do remember covering. We do have these very thin ramps in the center. Because of this can be quite a impactful and important kind of like staging ground. Reminder as well, something that hasn't really been a factor so far is the mischance. There is a mischance when it comes to shooting up a ramp or shooting into these line of sight blockers or shooting into these the tall grass or the shrubbery. There is a, I want to say 53% chance to miss, like slightly above 50%, which is crazy, which we haven't seen yet, but it might be a factor coming into this map. That is of course one of the latest features here of StarCraft Evolution, is that high ground advantage, or even vision advantage. You know, once again, 3x follow up here out of ByuN. Looks like he's going for the same stim build, the same bio timing, as Dark is looking for his opponent. Last match's chat summary. When ByuN was a Brood War amateur player in 2009, he attended a popular amateur league in Korea. League's name was Elite School League. Oh, let's go. That's really nice to hear. It's really cute. Right, yeah, he was referring to something about 2009. Thank you so much, Melissa, for the translations. Thank you. Do appreciate it. It's really cool to hear. A blast from the past. It was drafted by Hwasong O's team in 2009. Oh, let's go. I didn't know that. I'm very unfamiliar with ByuN's time in Brood War. It's cool to hear. As back at home, ByuN going for his bunker. ByuN playing Brood War. I mean, most if not all of our players did play Brood War in some capacity, right? Like the Korean players, I mean. For sure. But yeah, it's great to hear. The nostalgia, Bobby, the nostalgia. As this is the same build. This is the same build. It's going to be 3 racks here into the Academy, into Stim, into potentially another medevac 5-bat push out of ByuN. Meanwhile, Dark, he does open up once again with his 3 hatcheries. This time a much more sensible start to the game. Hatch gas pull into a 3rd base. Dark settling in. Getting into link speed, he has now confirmed the location of ByuN, has spotted him. And just like the last time, we do see Dark parking himself outside of the bases, going for the Baneliness as a response. Very safe opener. Here comes the Bio Army, and Dark should be getting ready. Oh. As ByuN, he's trying to hunt down that Overlord. Smurge does get away. ByuN moving out. Ling Bane is amassing for Dark. He's getting ready for the push. And even though this does hit sooner with medics and with fire bats, that is true. The downside, of course, is there's no way to escape. There's no way to pick up micro and to get away. Once you commit, I mean, you're committed. Dark is getting ready. ByuN starts his transition. eBay, extra Raxes, does push forward, does them in. Oh! Failings, they will crash forward, they shut down the medics, and Dark holds. Dark, he holds on. ByuN has to get the hell out of here. Does pull back. No, still got his fire bats. Let's go. Despite that, yeah, he's gonna get surrounded. Ooh, gets cleaned up. No, takes out the Ursidon. And ByuN, he's forced back home, still building up his bio army. He has lost map control. ByuN being, let me play with my fire bats. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. As ByuN scans and Dark is on full 3-base saturation. He's droning up, he's on 3 bases, getting his lair, taking up towards double Evo chamber, bearing in mind that Dark's lair is late, or it's later, so it's a later lair timing, later Evo chamber in favor of the defensive Banelings. But Dark is building up. It's going to be on ByuN here to recover. There go, third TCs on the way. ByuN moving out once again. What is it? Yeah, Ursidon. Yeah, I know my units. He's so horny though. Jesus. I said there's spikes all over it. It's crazy. ByuN moving in. Can't quite dive onto creep, but it can potentially deny the expansion. Yeah, and the expansion is isolated. It's going to go down. There's no saving the space. Nice pick off out of ByuN. Nice pick off. Pulls back. Now getting to his bio tank. Factories are on the way. Dropships as well. Let's go. By stimming in. He's got that high ground. We did speak about this earlier. There are these small areas of elevation. ByuN peeling up, denying a base. Meanwhile, Darky avoids the main army, going for a massive counterattack. The wall is open. He's gonna find a tank. Yeah, tank is gonna get surrounded. Likewise, things they bust into the mineral line. ByuN, he does not turn around. Boys being pulled away. It's not gonna be pretty though. SCVs are gonna go down. Oh, just the one though. Never mind. ByuN, he holds. ByuN, he holds on. Loses what? One SCV? Yeah, one SCV goes down. Baneling's not quite ready. ByuN does hold. Likewise, pushing onto creep. Pushing onto creep, dropping here towards that natural. And we've seen this space go down time and time again. Yeah, Dark out of position. He cannot save the expansion. Does go for a counter though. Once again, gets a tank. Does catch a tank. Doesn't matter. Base goes down. Okay, behind this ByuN pulling the boys. Retaking that third, at least attempting to. Dark, he just cannot get the expansion. Cannot get his fourth. Threatens a dive. Yo, we got the borrowed Banes. Let's go. I was wondering where they were. I'm curious. I wonder if ByuN noticed. As Dark did borrow those Banelings within range, within vision. A cheeky move. ByuN trying to gain ground. Banelings once again burrowing. Dark setting up. Yeah, it does spot the first two. I mean, the first two were seen initially, so it does make sense that ByuN was aware. But the other is less so. As Zaki gets a full surround, he's got plenty of Ling Pain. Engulfs the army. And ByuN who loses force. Meanwhile, going for a double drop. Let's go for that double drop. Going for the fourth once again. Actually taking a lot of hits. Just a lot of damage. Oh, last barely doesn't go down. Darky's ready. Queen's moving in. And ByuN, yeah, he's not going to be able to drop. And not like this. Cannot boost in. Behind this Dark, the Hive is done. Taking up into Ultras. He's got a decent economy here, still on 3 bases. They can't afford those Ultras. Yo, speaking of, Irradiate is done. Let's go. We're getting into higher tech. Science vessels are out. We have Irradiate. Now, for those who are curious, Irradiate is kind of like ground parasitic bomb. Kind of. I guess the difference, one of the biggest differences is power bomb. Whenever a unit that gets power bomb gets killed, the power bomb it persists, right? The parasitic bomb does persist in the air. Here for Irradiate, once the biological unit is killed, I believe the Irradiate runs out. As Ling Bang does roll in, catching out the player. Nice kiting there from ByuN, but Lings they still slip into towards the mineral line. Got to be cleaned up. Not just that, but as I just mentioned, of course, Irradiate, it also only deals damage to biological units as well, so it's a little bit more limited with how you can use it, but of course works amazingly against Zerg specifically, as opposed to Power Bomb, which works against anything, right, like all things in the sky. And of course Irradiate is for ground units. I mean for units in general, I should say. But here, specifically going to be against the ground army. As the bio is going to be cleaned up. Because that typically, when it comes to Irradiate targets, you want to target either Ultras, because they have high HP. And of course, they're typically surrounded by Ling Bane. Or you can also Irradiate some of your own units. You can Irradiate your own Science Vessel to like dive in and to clear up some Ling Bane as well. It's similar to what we saw in the past in Heart of the Swarm with Hunter Seeker Missile. If you remember, a Hunter Seeker Missile used to be a spell on the Raven, which would do mass AoE damage, and there were some players that would, for example, target their own medevac and then boost in. They target their medevac and then boost in the medevac into a Zerg army or into an army to deal massive damage. It's almost like a suicide bomber. Like reminiscent to that in SE2. Yo, talking about the Hunter Seeker Missile just like brought back a plethora of memories that I want to forget. Like I want to aye. Back when the Raven was a very different unit. Very different. Now though, Ultras revealed, there's a first Irradiate. Nice split there. Ultras they are spread out. Likewise commits anyway. First Ultra goes down. Drop on the right. Lings, oh, no lift. They shot down the CC. Dark moving in. Catching out on siege tanks. A bit of an awkward defense here from ByuN. God, they're glowing. They're like neon ultras. Let's go. They just want hugs, then they will. They will just crash in. They shut down the bio. They shut down the tanks. Yeah, insanely tanky ultras. The question mark is real. He's like, mate, what's going on? Why is the Irradiate doing so little damage? Like, what's like... It does nothing, baby. It does nothing. The ultras, they're wearing goggles. The Irradiate does nothing. As I like to believe that's what they're talking about, that's what they're discussing. I would appreciate translations if possible. But here we go, Darky collapses in. Catching out more tanks, Lings they do slip towards the middle line. GG gets cold as Dark overwhelms, and Dark will fight back, putting another point on the board. GG. ByuN asking how to kill Ultras. Dark saying Irradiate. True. Yeah, just throw down more irradiates. It'll work. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. GG. GG. Well played. I mean, irradiate is great when it comes to dealing with the army supporting the ultras. This is when Dark should just copy paste the ghost copy pasta. That's what he needs. As a Dark does fight back. We're now getting to our next game, into game number 6. And we'll see if ByuN once again commits into Brood War Terran or switches into SC2. Here we go. Let's go. ByuN saying, hey, Dark, you're pretty good. As looks like our next map is going to be Bloody Ridge. Oh, let's go. A map that I don't think is in the current StarCraft Evolution map pool. StarCraft Evolution League. So personally, I don't think that I've been able to cast on it. Not yet. Oh, no, it is. It is. Ah, my apologies. It is in the SE Evo map pool. I'll be honest, I've never casted on Bloody Ridge before. It is one of the newer maps to the StarCraft Evolution map pool. Oh, right. It's just introduced. Okay. Just introduced. Loading into Bloody Ridge. Again, this is another map ported over from Brood War. I'm ready. I'm ready to experience a new map. Let's go. Hugs are more loving when you're glowing. Exactly. Feel the love. Just embrace the ultra. I think they're discussing Queen range. Sorry, Marine range. Yeah. Because for those that are curious, Marines, they do shoot, their range is longer in Brood War. Thanks to the range upgrade as well. So I think they're discussing that. Yeah, I was like, how do I deal with Ultra? Dark, skill issue. No. Let's go as we're getting into our next game. Looks like once again we have ByuN. He's decided to play with SE2 Terran, which means Dark is back to random. Does he play Protoss again? Or does he play Terran for the first time? Let's go. Let's go. Oh, let's go. He rolls his main race. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Bloody Ridge, we have our South Korean Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, the Brood War Zerg. It is Dark. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the Red Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. Here we go, and welcome on all to Bloody Ridge. Again, this is a map that I've never casted on. Likewise, it is only just now being added to the StarCraft Evolution map pool, so for the next SEL, we should be featuring this map. And, Jesus, what's going on exactly? So we have, you can tell immediately it's a Brood War map. Brood War maps, they have much larger main bases like this. There's potential for drop play, as a result, a very open main, and very off to the side as well. No Reaper Cliffs, of course. No Reaper Cliff into the main, no Reaper Cliff into the natural. We do have have a narrow choke point here and even some high ground towards the left-hand side. This is an interesting prospect, which we don't actually see anymore, is imagine a third base that actually like kind of like pokes into the natural and has high ground into the natural as well, which can be used against you. Like that is crazy. But also very Brood War. This is a feature that I don't think exists in SE2, right? Like having like high ground third like over your natural. Yeah, interesting. So that is a setup here towards the left. Likewise, less bases. I should emphasize that as well. There aren't actually that many bases available here. You have your natural, you have your third base, but then what? You have the center expansion with high yield gases. You have a base towards the corner of the map, which is very far away. And then you have this expansion here towards the right-hand side, which is also a little bit more isolated, also a little bit more spread out. The expansion pattern here isn't as neat, isn't as secure. Again, this does feel very Brood War, and not what I'm used to seeing when it comes to SE2 map layouts. Which isn't a bad thing, just something unique, something to point out, and something different. It's just, yeah, how exposed some of these bases are. How isolated they are. But I'm pretty sure I've watched Brood War games on this map before. Like, it looks very familiar to me. Likewise, you have all these areas towards the left-hand side. We have these points of elevation that you can make use of. True. Yeah, this is an old. Yeah. This is an old map. Like I'm pretty sure I've watched Brood War games on this map. From way back when. You know, we can see Dark checking the third locations. Of course, gets eyes on the natural. Opening up link speed once again. Fast layer. My apologies, I should have pointed that out, but once again, a very fast layer out of Dark into Muta play. So it's going to be Ling Muta out of Dark. Bold move. The rush distance by ground does feel a little bit shorter on this map compared to Holy World. So we'll see if we can make better use of these mutas. As we have 2 base muta on the way. Dark fanning out. So once again, we do have ByuN going for his 3 racks opener, 3 racks into stim. Old as in peak Casper era, 2009-ish, I think. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, back when ByuN played in the school league. Back when he got scouted. Let's go. Flash Shadow, yeah. For sure. Now Spire is finishing up. We do have enough resources here for plenty of mutas. We have 7 mutas on the way. 7 mutas in production. ByuN, he's in the dark. He hasn't seen anything so far. Did skip the Reaper. I mean, again, there's no Reaper cliffs, so Reaper scouting would be quite limited. Does catch the Overlord. Nice pick up. Overlord goes down. Getting to his 3-1-1. Ending out with this bio, catching a second Overlord, a supply blocking Dark. Yeah, very nice catch here from ByuN. Dark taking bottom right. I like how Dark's, it's basically a ninja base. Like, he could take a closer expansion. There are 2 closer bases, but no. Bottom right instead. Likewise, he scans, does see the wall. He knows it should be mutas. I think seeing all these sunken colonies screams Muta play. Dark does slip in. 5, 6 SCV kills, not bad. Marines, they step forward, they shut down, they punish. Oh my god! Jesus. 3 mutas. They catch 3 mutas, not bad here by ByuN. Did lose 10 workers, though. That was a big amount of damage going down there. A big amount of economic damage, I should say. Mutas, they rotate. Marines are keeping up. Making use of that high ground. Oh. Attempts to make use of another mutant. These mutants are so fragile. Jesus. So fragile here. As they try to go back in. At least catch a depot. Behind this, we do have a transition into lurkers. So previously, we had a Dark going pure Muta Ling. This time, a lurker transition is available. Getting into lunkers, meanwhile, drop does slip by. I'm a little concerned. Thankfully, Darky does have an army back at home. He has a handful of Hydras, a handful of Lings. Drop comes in. Does Dark have enough? He's racing back home. Yeah, he's going for the dive. Going up. Lurker. No, lurkers are going to be denied. Yeah, massive pick off. Oh no, he's so close. He gets everything. Gets everything. Gets the Lings, the Hydras, and the Lurker Gen as well. The Hydra Gen, I should say. Lurkers, they're not going to pop out. Not anytime soon. A massive snipe. Oof. Even shuts down the Scourge. Trading with the Mutas. And this is brutal. This is a brutal drop. It's going to be cleaned up, but the damage has been done. Getting 7 drones. 7 drones. How many? 4 Hydras, 20 Lings, and of course, the Hydra Den. ByuN does scout, does scan, does confirm the expansion. He will knock it down. He will knock down the ninja base. My internet was dial-up when I probably played this map. My internet was dial-up when Wings of Liberty came out. What do you... Feels Australia, man. Dial-up is still recent memory for me, papi. Ay, ay, ay. Didn't get SEL until Heart of the Swarm, papi. Oh my god. Smurge. Here we go. ByuN moving out, and I'm not sure he can be stopped, I'll be honest. Lurkers are on the horizon here. Hydra Gen has been rebuilt. Lurkers on the way. But Dark needs more time. Here we go, he's just in. He goes for the dive. Pushing into Spy Crawlers, not going to be easy. Sunken Colonies. And the Bio Army taking a lot of hits. They do focus on the Hydras. Mine shots going up. Oh my god. And with that, looks like Dark should barely hold on. Whew. The Colonies, they do their job. They do their job. They hold the line. Lurkers are now morphing in. Dark, he survives. He survives. He holds. ByuN still rallying. Still trying to end the game. Yes, he does hit the expansion. Denying the 4th. Dark double expanding. Going top left. And even though we have some lurkers in position, we can threaten a drop. Ooh. Thankfully, they're a Scourge. Thankfully, Scourge were left behind. More lurkers building up. Darky's making a game out of this. ByuN looking for the expansion. Does scan bottom right. It does not check top left. Darky's somewhat okay. The lurkers are so boxy. Like, they're so... They have all these like edges, I should say. I appreciate their different aesthetic look. I do appreciate it. As ByuN does fan out. I was gonna say, he does pull the boys. Does pull back. Looking to get a 3rd. From here, he may just be forced into Ghost Production. Not just sticking with ByuN. Still looking for another expansion. Yeah, there we go. Does confirm top left. Oh, yeah, does get eyes on that. Stark is moving out. Bearing in mind, lurkers, their range is much lower compared to SE2 lurkers. So they have less range. Drone's going to be going down. Mining is being denied. ByuN is looking for a way in. Taking down the expansion. And for the most part, Dark, he's done with mutants. He's just going into pure Ling Hydra Lurker. Queen's Nest is on the way to eventually work towards Defilers, I would imagine. Or even just Queens. So I'm moving in. Move in. They punish the Marines. Gaining ground. ByuN has to back off. Decent mine shot. And Widowman's getting baited out. The Lungers are coming. They're slowly pushing in. At the same time, ByuN denying another expansion, at least attempting to. Slowing down the economy. Dark, he just wants a third base. No shot. The Marines, they take down the Lings. They take down the Hydras. They have these handful of Marines. They break through. Man with gun is pretty good. It's pretty good, Pat. Yeah, Zarky just cannot expand, cannot get an economy. Again, these Marines have traded so well for themselves. Finally they go down. But they did so much. And Dark breaks out. Sorry, ByuN breaks out. Bearing in mind that ByuN, he's still stuck on Marine Marauder, Widowmine, and Medevac. There's still no ghosts. So pushing into all these lurkers is still not going to be easy. Likewise, oh! Scourge, they shut down the Medevacs. It's going to be a one-way trip. And ByuN has to trade, takes out 2 lurkers. Like, oh god, no! Pushing off the ramp. Stims in. Oh my god, it's not going to be pretty, but he does break through. Yeah, the Marauders are tanky enough. Breaks through that defensive line, takes down the expansion, the mineral line as well. GG gets called. The Dark is broken before he can get into a spellcasters, and ByuN will take the series 4-2. GG. GG, well played. Just hyper aggression there by ByuN, and we did speak about some of the features of the map, some of the features of Bloody Ridge. Again, we did mention how this map pool it's much more difficult to expand, much more difficult to specifically maintain a third base there. The third base is just so isolated on that map compared to any other map, really, on Bloody Ridge. Whether it's the third base, whether it's the fourth base, we saw Dark struggle so much to expand, and alas, wasn't quite able to. Oh, but it looks like our players, yeah, they've agreed. Let's go. The players have agreed. ByuN, he has won the show match. He has won the series. But since this was game 6 anyway, may as well play the final game. So for fun, the players have agreed we are going to be jumping into game 7 to enjoy the final map here. And yeah, one more game between our 2 players. Let's go, Papi. Let's go. Beautiful. As we're getting into game number 7 here. Uno más, papi, uno más. Beautiful. And the last map is going to be on Troy. Do I see Eduardo in the chat? How many fights are there going to be today? 1. One show match between ByuN and Dark. Give us a 40-minute macro game for the ages. Let's go, let's go. Here we go. We are getting into our next map, getting to the final map of the series. Beautiful. Here we go. Again, Troy is a map that we're much more familiar with. Troy is a 4-player spawn map, which much more secure 3 bases is what I will say. Even a secure 4th base. Well, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Here we go. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Troy, we do have... There we go. We have our South Korean Zerg player. Actually, hold on. Switch it up like this. Beautiful. We have our South Korean Zerg player, our Blue Zerg, rocking the Brood War Zerg race. Oh, let's go. The Brood War Zerg race. It is Dark. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents rocking the Brood War Terran race. We have the South Korean Terran player for Shopify. It is ByuN. So we have Brood War versus Brood War. Here we go. Again, this is more for fun than anything. ByuN has already won the show match, so our players have agreed to whip out the StarCraft 1 to whip out the Brood War races, and we have close spawns. We have close spawns here on Troy. As a reminder, Troy is a 4-player spawn map. You can spawn in bottom left, bottom right, and top left as well. So with this, the rush distance by ground is going to be shorter, which means we might end up in a shorter game. If we had diagonal spawns, we might see something a little bit longer, but here I feel like aggression is going to be on the table. We'll see. We shall see. Now, as a reminder, I believe StarCraft Evolution is not really... Oh, Jesus, never mind. Dark gas first. He went gas first, gas into pool, into rushing into link speed, staying in gas, by the way. He does stay in gas, and he's flooding across the map. He's flooding out with his lings. Hyper aggression. Dark, he's looking for the expansion, and this might be a short one. I'll be honest. Might be a short one. Please tell me that said no rush 15. Something about being a pro 15 years ago, not remembering it. The good old days. As here come the lings. Dark, he moves out. There's one Marine to defend. One Marine in a dream. Let's go. He finds him. He knows. He sees. Yeah, Marine is under fire. ByuN has to get the hell out of here. The boys have to be pulled. So far, so good. Does protect. The boys are here. Second Marine has arrived. More links funneling in. And can he make a stand? Ooh, links, they slip by. They slip by that SEV. Going for the Marine. Still 2 Marines remaining. Breaks through the workers. Does break through in Dark. With that extra gas, he's going for the lair. So once again, it looks like Muta play. Looks like Ling Muta here. Link speed kicks in. Gets a Marine. This one Marine left. Oh no! Gets both. Gets both Marines. Both Marines go down. Oh, delay on the starports. Yeah, ByuN, he's like, Papi, por favor. Let me play some StarCraft. The memories. And with that, ByuN, he will hold. He will hold on. He will shut down those lings. But the damage has been done. And more importantly, Dark, he buys time for his lair. Buys time for the lair. Lair is almost done. Meanwhile, ByuN embracing mech and going into ion thrusters. Getting into vulture speed. But vultures, they do not shoot up. They don't shoot up. Spire is on the way. Dark embracing those mutas. He'll be okay with the vulture, trust. He'll be fine, Copium. I mean, of course, vultures, they always have counterattack potential, so even though we have mutas on the way from Dark, we could see these vultures counterattack and wreak havoc and get into the mineral lines. Looks like we're getting ready for a vulture drop as the dropship is on the way. But these are all units that don't shoot up. I mean, that's the downside here. These units, they do not shoot up. Which means, my question, where is the anti-air? We're getting into mech. We have spider mines on the way. Nothing shoots up. We have what? We have 2 Marines. Okay, we have 2 Marines. Let's go. Oh, I was looking for there they are. We have 2 Marines back to back. 2 brothers to hold the line. Vultures break out, going for the drop. Dark, he just saw the vultures. Like, man, what are you doing? You're crazy. Dark in the main base. There we go, he's on those vultures. Now, again, what I'm emphasizing here needs to be that ByuN hasn't scouted. ByuN doesn't know what's going on. He has not seen the lair, has not seen the spy. There we go, does spot the lair. And there we go, mutas have been revealed. Mutas are revealed. They will clean this up. They will shut this down. We need as much anti-air as possible. As mutas are moving out. Back at home, 2 Marines. Let's go. What else do we have? Not much is what I will say. We're now being kept back at home. Forced to defend. Yeah, but now just being forced to defend. Cleans up the vultures. Back at home, we have a Wraith. Now, Wraiths do a decent amount of anti-air damage, but I believe Wraiths, they're more single targets. It's, if I'm not mistaken, it's Wraiths who have single targets and Valkyrie have splash damage. So we have 1 Wraith on the way. That, I mean, anything helps. Goliath as well. Let's go. Goliaths are building up. And thankfully, this should be enough time for ByuN to defend. If the mutas had gone immediately across the map, I do think it would have been a brutal start. Vultures into the main base. Mutas are deflected. And mutas are going to be deflected here. And ByuN holds. ByuN, he holds on, but did you notice something? ByuN, he's on 1 base. He's on 1 base economy. ByuN, he doesn't really have much going on here. Just now expanding. Meanwhile, Dark is getting a 3rd. Dark is getting a 3rd base. This is where I remind everyone we'd normally be balancing for Brood War versus Brood War. Yes, sorry, I was going to mention that at the start of the game. I think I was beginning to, and then we realized that Dark had gone gas first. So I was going to explain, but yes, for those that are curious, this mod is not balanced for Brood War versus Brood War. This is only balanced for Brood War versus SE2. So this is for fun. This is not necessarily meant to be balanced here, as even though it sounds weird to say, because it's like, oh, but it's Brood War though. Like, aren't they meant to like play against each other? No, not at all. That is not the priority for this mod. This mod is designed for the other races to face off against each other. Just as a heads up. So any balance concerns for Brood War versus Brood War doesn't matter. We don't care. we don't care. So far, Goliath, they do hold the line. They do defend. Oh! They're punishing the mutas. Meanwhile, thank you once again for the translation to the chat. Chat summary. ByuN knows this mathematics existed since he was an amateur player. Oh, let's go. But ByuN forgot how to play because it's been almost 15 years ago. I see. That's really cute, though. I played this when I was a boy. Before the smudge. Beautiful. As now ByuN is taking his natural. Likewise, Dark establishing his 3rd base. Mutas are deflected, and Dark, he is switching once again into, I would imagine, a lurker tech. As ByuN moves out with the mass Goliath. Let's go. We're waddling out. Goliaths are online. As they move out, mutas, they wreak havoc. They get a couple of SCVs. ByuN commits in. And there's no lurkers. There are no lurkers, just Ling Hydra, and even then, just mainly Hydra. Not the best setup here for Dark. Glass save rotate over towards the 3rd base. Mutas coming in. Ooh. So far, Goliath, they do shut down the mutas at least, but what about the Hydras? Now, Hydras, they step up. Oof. I mean, Goliath is still pretty good when it comes to their anti-ground. A couple of them do get caught. You know, the expansion is going to fall. And we're just going for the base trade. Yeah, we're going for the base trade. Dark, he ignores the army, just goes straight for the natural. He does force a lift. Boy's being pulled. Actually, Dark, he can lock him in. Take down the assimilator. Lock him in, Bappy. Lock him in. Let's go. Lock him down. Again, if you can destroy these assimilators, they're going to turn into cascades. They're going to wall this up. At the same time, the base trade is upon us. Hydra's trying to hold the line. So far, they do a decent job. There we go. Yep, the assimilators are being cleaned up. We're locking him in. Lock him up, Bappy. Lock him up. Keep him in his main base. There it is. As rocks are thrown down. And these are not destructible, by the way. They are permanent rooks. He's stuck in the main. Meanwhile, back at home at Dark Defense. And ByuN can't leave. he has to make dropships. He's like, wait, hold on. He's like, let me out, Papi, let me out. I was just playing. So he's locked in his main base. From here, he will take his pseudo island base. Here it is completely cut off, so he'll be able to take the expansion. Dropship has arrived. He can at least expand, true. Meanwhile, Dark has free reign of the rest of the expansion, or the rest of the base, the rest of the map, I should say. Yeah, re-expanding, double expanding even. Let's go. And this one dropship has a lot of work to do. There we go. Second dropship has arrived. Island map. I mean, it's only an island if you can knock down these gas geysers. For those that are curious, that is also why the assimilators are empty. So the basically the way that it works in Brood War is the model of the gas geyser is larger than the model of the assimilator. So when you actually make an assimilator, it makes the model smaller. So when you destroy the assimilator, then the model gets larger, right? With the gas geyser underneath. So in Brood War, these used to be gas geysers, and once these get destroyed, they fully wall off. That's also why they're depleted, because you cannot like remine them or anything like that. Something along those lines. So yeah, it's really cool. Really nice feature that, you know, it's one of those things that is a lot more unique and it's not seen in SE2, which is what I appreciate the most out of Troy, is little things like that, right? Oh no, he's stuck. Speaking of being trapped, no, the vultures. They can't leave. Vultures are stuck on an island. ByuN stuck on an island. Ah. Not like this. And speaking of islands, here comes the Dropper Lords. Dropper Lords have arrived. Dark moving in. This time with lurkers. And this base is exposed. I mean, there are tanks, true. Tanks on the high ground. Tanks are on the high ground. And the CC is going to be evacuated. Likewise, do see a drop here towards the south side, denying a base. Let's go. Yo, drops versus drops. Catching out 11 SCVs. Dark also being denied his third expansion. Twice, actually. Dark, he also just wants to expand. Dark racing back. ByuN dropping in. Oh no! The Scourge! Has to be careful. Oh, a Scourge, they do connect. Barely. Tanks, they siege up. Uh-oh. Dark not quite in position. Dark dropping into the main. We got Chaos everywhere. 22 SCV kills. Dark is racing back. Can he deal with this? Can he force friendly fire? It collapses in. Does burrow. Ooh, and true scans are limited. Scans are very limited here. There's no scan. Oh, there's zero scans. Zero scans are available. Oh, again, there's no comsat station in the main, no comsat station here at the natural. Zero scans, and he holds. Dark, he does hold, he does defend. Again, you need that add-on to actually scan. And they were targeted earlier. Just now finishing. Just now finishing up. There's the scan. Dark dropping in. Does drop in. Yo, Defiler Gen on the way. Let's go. Getting into Defilers. Erlut's going to be zoned away. Goliath, they will shut this down though. And instead just going into Scourge. This makes more sense. Someone in the chat was asking about mutas. Because there are so many Goliaths, mutas are going to be difficult to make work. But Scourge just a way to, just a supportive unit to shut down the drops. And Ling Hydra Lurker on the ground instead. Seems a lot more robust here. Getting to consume, working towards those Defilers. And we're just containing ByuN. The Vultures that were still left alone. Oh no! Trying to break out. ByuN, he does try to thread the needle, but no shot. Yeah, there's no getting out of this. ByuN is contained. Question mark. Let me out. Let me out, papi. I just want to expand. No shot. You're locked in. You're not going anywhere. Oh no. Once again, dropship does slip out. He gets spotted here by the lurker. Yep, Darky notices. Does notice that dropship. Yeah, ByuN, sorry, Darky's keeping up with ByuN. Is keeping up. Oh no! Oh, the Scourge shut him down. And there it is. GG gets called. He cannot leave. He cannot leave his bases. And Darky will fight back and take another game. GG. GG. GG, well played with that. The series still goes in favor of ByuN, but a shout out to Dark as he did make a series out of it, and that was quite a way to end the series as well. GG, well played. With an explosive end to the best of 7, of course. Explosive end. And once again, a big shout out to Dark. Big shout out. Oh. GG, well played. And yeah, with that, GG, well played. Good luck, Dark, in the future. For those who are unaware, this is more of a despedido, if you will. This is more of a goodbye to Dark. Dark, he is of course going to the military. He has already announced that yesterday was going to be his last KSL, and this is most likely his last, if not one of his last, StarCraft Evolution matches, as he is going to the military coming up in the next couple of weeks. We don't know the exact date. I think he has just said early April, or like early to mid-April. So I mean, we're nearing the end of March. April is right around the corner, so Dark, he is soon to leave us. And yeah, big shout out. Big shout out to Dark here. GG, well played. Didn't quite win that final series, but alas, did force the ace match in a way. And yeah, a lot of fun. I think something else that's also really in theme of kind of like reminiscing about the past as well. It was really cool to see ByuN and Dark talking about the good old days, right? There were a lot of conversations or discussions between them, talking about Brood War, talking about back in the day. Of course, both Dark and ByuN did play in Brood War. They did compete in Brood War back then as well, back in the early days of esports and their early careers as well. So really cool to see that. And GG, well played. We might be seeing Dark in another tournament this week. Again, we're still like a week or two away from Dark, you know, going to the military, so he might play in an open cup, maybe like a WarDTV Monday, or maybe a Pegasaur Monday. There's maybe an opportunity for us to catch him there. We'll see if he responds. But yeah, GG, well played. Congratulations here to ByuN, of course, and much love and shout to Dark. Dark, of course, at this point, I mean, he's had a very long career when it comes to not just Brood War, but SE2. You know, he's a champion. He has a lot of accolades to his name, and now he's even, you know, a father, right? He got married a couple of years ago. Now he's a papi. Now, of course, has a lovely daughter, and you know, is eventually did put off his military for quite some time. I remember he did have an interview, or he did speak a little bit on it a couple of months ago about how he was happy that he was able to be there for, you know, like the birth of his child, and be there for like the first year or two of his daughter before going to the military, being a part of that, of course. So really nice, really wholesome as well. Yeah, you know, we might even see Dark in the future, you know, potentially after military service. We might see more of Dark in, you know, the coming years, you know, post military service. We'll see, you know, not like we haven't seen other players come back from military and play StarCraft once again. But this is going to be the for the most part the end of a chapter here for Dark. It is going to be the end of a chapter. Catching up. This game is a mess. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Dark, exciting. ByuN, yes, the map is interesting. Oh, let's go. You can rebuild the gas in Brood War, but for us, stuff got a little complicated trying to do that. Oh, I see. Oh, good. But yes, with that, we are going to be wrapping up. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. This was our first of 3 broadcasts today. For those that are unaware, here on the CranKy Ducklings, we do cast on a regular basis, on a daily basis, and more often than not, we do cast multiple times a day as well. Quickly checking out our schedule. Bam! You can see here we are on Sunday. Earlier this morning, we were live with Firegrow Cup. Here we just wrapped the SEL Masters. In a couple of hours, we're going to be live with the Sparkling Tuna Cup. That's going to be in 6 hours. In 6 hours time, we're going to be live with Sparkling Tuna Cup, and after Sparkling Tuna Cup, we're going to be live with the playoffs of Firegrow Cup as well. So back to back to back to back. We have 3 broadcasts tonight. I say 3, in a way 3.5 broadcasts, because we're not done for now. I have been putting off viewer replays. I should say viewers have been submitting replays over the past couple of weeks to be casted, and because our schedule is so busy, I just haven't had the time. Here, this show match was a little bit shorter, 2.5 hours, so I do have some time to jump into some replays. I don't know what I'm going to step into, but yeah, it'll be a blast, I'm sure. It will be a blast. So yeah, we do still have a couple more matches to cover, but these are going to be more amateur games, not as serious, not as intense, of course. So just going to be a bit of a more laid back broadcast, going over some viewer replays. But again, in 6 hours time, we're live once again. As you can see, our schedule, we're live twice a day, every single day, sometimes 3 times a day. There's one day there's typically 1 day a week where we have half a day off. So here on the CranKy Ducklings, we have half a day off. That's the most that we allow. Otherwise, we're just non-stop casting. Again, as you can imagine, we cast more than any other channel out there, more than Wardy, more than Steadfast, more than anyone else. We have all the casting, all the StarCraft, all the content, and some of the quality as well. Well, we have the quantity pack. We have the quantity. If you see something that you like here, if you see something that you want to watch live, or that you can't watch live but you want to tune into, then check out those VODs on YouTube. !socials in the chat. We do post and upload on YouTube on a daily basis, so plenty of content on YouTube. That is the place to be. Otherwise, we are live every single day. We have a broadcast in the morning for the Americas and a broadcast in the evening for the Europeans. So we have like an Americas focused broadcast and then a European focused broadcast, so 2 casts a day. That's typically how we do spread it out. Sometimes 3 casts a day, of course, like today, or even 4 casts a day. So plenty of content, plenty of StarCraft. For now, we're going to be going on a short break, as I mentioned, and we're going to be coming back with a viewer replay cast. Currently, I believe I have 3 replays. I believe I have 3 replays submitted by Erebus, submitted by Hyper1. Hyper1 also submitted some replays. I believe Hyper1 submitted some FFA replays, so that's gonna be a wild one. God damn it. I think he submitted a Beast of the Hill, so we'll have that. We'll see which one is first, Dark after military or Raynor after he's lost in the Rift. True. Oh no. But regardless, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do appreciate it, and I hope you all had a great time. Again, we're going to be going on a short break. When we come back, we'll be having those replay casts. Here we go. We're going to jump in. So otherwise, with that, thanks for watching. Thank you so much to all the patrons as well. We do have our Patreon, where we are getting a lot of support. So thank you so much to all of our patrons. 100% of the money on Patreon goes towards our tournaments, and it goes towards tournaments like Sparkling Tuna Cup, which is in 6 hours. That is our weekly open tournament where we feature players like ByuN. ByuN is featured there alongside many others as well, like Solar, like Shin, Zaun, a lot of the Europeans like Jumi, Cristiano, Geralt, Nicaract, Iba as well, and many others. So do tune in later on tonight if you are interested in that kind of European versus Korean action. Otherwise, let me just double check our replays here. Yeah, we have an SC Evo map, we have an FFA map, and we have another 1v1. Okay. Let's go. So we're going to be going on a short break, and when we come back, we'll have some more matches ready for you. See you guys after the break. See you soon.